going to go ahead and take it now.
Yes, we want to see what you have planned.
All right. I don't know. You guys are a hard act to follow, so I'll do my best here. All right. So let me share my screen with you guys. And the first thing I will do is just go to her website and take a look at what we've got here, and then I'll point out some of the issues with her current site.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to cover website design, presentation, and I'm also going to cover some marketing and SEO stuff. So stuff that will really help you guys make some money if you follow these instructions and help. So first thing I notice, and I want all of you to check your websites. If you don't have a website, shame on you. You really should. This is how you're going to get extra bookings. So going here to her website, I want you guys to take a look at this URL here. And this URL is thecapeescape.com/index. Now, Google doesn't like duplicate content, and apparently what we've got here is this site has duplicate content. Why doesn't Google like duplicate content? Because they want valuable content. Users who are searching Google don't want to find the same thing or the same information on 3 different results. That's why they penalize you for duplicate content. Now, what does that mean? Let me just show you. There's 2 home pages in essence. So I'm going to, there's 2 home pages. So I'm going to delete this, and I'll show you guys what I mean. So if I go to the extension of thecapeescape.com without the .index, let's see what happens. It pushes it to index. So let me click home.
Oh. So you don't want the index at all?
No, you absolutely don't want the index. You want it. Mm-hmm.
I never would have known that.
Yeah, so that means that it does have duplicate content. So it has 2 pages right now, and we want to eliminate that immediately. So that's just one thing. It should just be just like this. That's what your website should look like.
Mm-hmm, always, right. So maybe that's why she's not getting her on the first page of Google right there. That's one of the reasons, right?
The home page is one of the most powerful pages on your website. So when you have problems with your home page, you have some serious problems with your SEO. You know, basically, this is one page that we're looking at, and then the .index is another page, and they have the same exact information on it. So everybody check your websites. Make sure that what you're seeing is only the domain name and the URL. That's it. Okay? So. Huge problem, very big problem you can fix fairly simply. If you need some help, if that's happening to you, reach out to me, comment on this video. I'll jump in and see if I can help you guys. Just looking at the overall presentation of this website, it just looks dated overall. And we talked about granny bedspreads and TV. Well, this is Grandma's website. Now,
I agree.
Wendy, I don't mean to offend you in any way, but I really want to help you. So I'm just, I know I'm making light of it, but it is really coming from a place of helping. So the website really is outdated. It needs to be brought up to speed into 2015. Now, if you see here, first thing I should see when I come to a website is the properties. Where are the properties? Where are the properties?
Yeah, that was my problem too, Jay. When I first saw, I had to look for her photos to even, find what her bedrooms look like or her living rooms look like. I was confused.
Yeah, I mean, the properties are not being properly presented. So there's no properties on the home page. We should be showcasing some of our featured properties here and probably using some of the photo tips that Tyann shared with you and some of those highlighted properties, like some of those bedroom shots here in the front or ocean view shots, But we really need to present the properties on the home page and really highlight it because that's what we're selling, right? We're selling an experience, but we're renting out vacation rentals, but you can't tell that by this. Okay.
Yeah, it's overall confusing to where you should go for sure.
Absolutely. Now, what I'm going to do here is first we're going to talk about the menu. If you guys notice, this is a menu on the left-hand side. This is really not good for people who are, looking to find information. It's in, your optic scope initially, but what people read from left to right, there are some countries they read from right to left, but they don't read up and down.
Oh.
Very true.
Right.
We would like to have, our menu bar at the top. That's the best place to have your navigation menu, your main navigation. People see it right there, and they can quickly jump on any page if it's here. But here, this requires me to kind of go against my natural, scope of how I read things. So that's just one thing. If you look also here, we've got reserve and contact together. I never like to see things like this. I was finding it difficult to find the contact button. So this is affecting her inquiries. Reserve and contact. Pick one and stick with it. I would prefer contact over reserve.
Right.
Yes,
Absolutely.
definitely.
So, and we have these here. We want to make sure that we reduce our menus as much as possible into very simple terms. And rates and specials, maybe, there's separate pages for that. Now, let's just take a quick look here at the contact form. I want you guys to take a look at this for a moment.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. All right. All right. Now, I'm gonna. So we've got these fields here that we need to fill in before we can get in contact with the owner. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18.
Wow.
18 fields.
So that to me would be an instant turn off. I wouldn't want to be filling all that out.
It's daunting. It's like, next.
This is huge. This is a big thing, guys. Listen, you want to reduce the inquiry field to only the information that you absolutely need to give them a quote. Get everything else, like, number of adults and children. Maybe you just ask for the number of people, or you don't need adults and children on the first round. You don't need the dog breed. And
breed.
Yeah,
Right.
Do you have a rental in mind? It's better off to maybe put a sentence here over the comment section and generalize some of your questions. Say, hey, please feel free to share any comments, any questions that you may have here to help us better answer your inquiry, and let them fill in the information. But the more fields that you have them filled out, the less people who will actually inquire. So reduce this thing to just a couple of fields: date, name, email, phone number. Here they're asking for the email address, and then they're asking you to confirm it. I mean, that is just, I know why they're doing that, but it's just not a good step. If you ask for the phone number with the email address, then hopefully, if you can't reach them by email, they typed it in wrong, you have another way of contacting them. But reduce this fields. It is super, super important. Now, one thing that they're doing good that I like is that Wendy is putting her family in this and herself, so she's getting. I don't want to just pick it apart, right? We got to also show them what they're doing right, and this is one of the things that she's doing right. She's putting her face with her brand. So
Except it's very small, though. I can't see her. Right.
You can barely see her. But the idea that she's not scared to put herself in front of her customers is something that I definitely can appreciate. Because a lot of owners are scared to put themselves. They don't want to be seen. I have to fight with a lot of my customers to say, listen, you need to put your picture on your About Us page. And we're going to go over some of those pages in upcoming sessions where I'll break down each page. But this is
absolutely. Yeah, I agree, Jay. Putting a face to a name and who you're giving your thousands of dollars over to for vacation, it's a big thing. It builds trust for them to see your face and your family's face and to know a little bit about you.
And it looks like a fabulous photo.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, and
I
just trust her.
Yeah.
She's a mom. She's a family. She's part of a family. She's, it just builds up trust in the person who's going to send you thousands of dollars who've never met you, and maybe even overseas. So this really helps to do that. So that's one thing that she's doing that's actually good. Now, just check this one out, guys. Now, a blog I explained in my previous session that a blog is super important. It is the center of a marketing campaign, so it's important you have one. But let's check out Wendy's blog. Now, guys, this is a hot mess. Okay.
Yeah, I clicked on that link before. I'm like, oh no.
Okay. So this is why she is experiencing trouble with Google. Okay. This is what when you see things like this, and a lot of website companies like Web Chalet and other services out there, they use these iframes for certain features in their website. So when you see this like scrolling feature, that means that what's actually happening. See, now this is hard. It's hard to navigate. This is a blog on Blogger. This is
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a bad idea.
Super bad idea. So this content really is not on the site. It is on an external blog. It's on a free blog platform called Blogger. And what's happening here is they've put an iframe. And what an iframe? Oh my goodness, I didn't even click that. Every time I just go, it's just an annoying thing. Yeah. Okay. Wow. Stop.
Yeah. And nobody likes to have to scroll that way either. I certainly don't. I hate scrolling like that.
I'm just having trouble here. Okay. So what this is, an iframe is basically a window you build in your website that says, hey, in this window, show another website. Okay. And what happens is Google can't come into this window. They don't know what's behind it. So that ticks them off. They think you're doing something unethical, something black hat or shady. So you're going to get penalized for iframes. Iframes, a big no-no, and this is how you can spot that you're using one right here, this little bar that rolls down. So get a blog actually within your website. This is only going to build traffic to Blogger. If any traffic comes in, it's actually going to give credit to Blogger, not your website. So you want to have your own blog within your website. Okay? So that's a huge one. Now, Tyann,
excellent point, Jay.
Yep. Going into just touching on your point, the images are very small, low resolution, which makes the overall presentation look cheap. The photos affect the perceived value.
Absolutely.
So
I agree.
It's hey, I'm giving you my big stack of money. What are you going to give me? And these photos help the brilliant photos, the decor that we're talking about helps build up that perceived value. And here we're just not building up that value. The images really help do that. This should have a great high resolution image in the banner. These are very distorted. There are some things that I do like. She's really using the pet friendly, embracing that niche even within the logo. So she's doing right. But these images, you should be brilliant pictures of these beaches and these sunsets that can really translate in the presentation. So just touching base on that. Now the photos are just scattered too. There's no organization to these photos. They're just, you don't
know where to click.
No, and my eyes don't know where to go, and so it can cause fatigue. And I can just click away. I can find another website that's going to be a lot easier to read and browse through, and I rather do that than try to sort through this. It's a mess, I'd rather not do this. So this in the middle, this is actually the footer. This is supposed to be the footer. Do you see that, guys?
Oh yes.
Oh no. No,
you're right.
No,
with
that's
the arrow.
not good.
Yeah.
So this is supposed to be here at the bottom.
Oh.
So this is broken code. All right? Big problem for Google. They don't like broken links. They don't like pages that lead to 404, messages. They don't like things that are not together. It causes problems for Google spiders to crawl your site and understand what things are. This is out of place. So big problem there, coding. So what else we got? Now let's go to the rates. All right. Where are the rates? Can you guys find them? Rates and special.
I actually looked for them. Oh, there they are. Right.
Okay. And the confusion is because we need to make it scannable. Okay? And so shorter is better than longer. So just pick one, Rates would have been better. Okay? So let's have a look at this.
Oh gosh. Wow.
Yeah, And there's a lot of different colors going on in the font, so I'm not sure if it should go to red or blue or black, and then
I'm still going.
Right.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay.
Stop.
All right, right? I mean, this is like really overwhelming. It's like, wow. So we have to streamline our pricing. If we have to separate specials and rates, have specials on a different page, link to the specials page from this with maybe a little button that says, check out our deals. And rather than have all this information, stuffed in together, a lot of color going on like you had mentioned, highlights. My eyes are being brought to here, but then here, the red here, like I don't know what to do, where to look at. What are you charging me for? And there's so many. We need to simplify this rate table. Okay, so that's huge. Now there's really no marketing going on this. There's no calls to action. Actually, let me go back to that on the rate page. Don't see like inquire. Hey, contact us for more information. Get a free quote. I don't see any of those calls to action. So I'm going to read this, and I'm just going to be left in limbo. Okay? And there's just nothing highlighting what I should do next. We have to create breadcrumbs leading them to the contact us form. And that's how we do that. Okay? Now, big one for me is we should have a phone number here at the top center. If I need some help, at least I can pick up the phone and call you if I get lost in this mess. Right? Okay? All right, so another quick note is if anyone is using guest comments here, I strongly recommend for SEO reasons that you change guest comments to reviews. The reason being is no one is going to be searching Google for guest comments. What they will be searching for is, sandblast reviews, your reviews on your company, reviews on the area. And having here reviews instead as part of your URL will make a huge difference in your search engine. So you'll come up for Cape Sandblast reviews, if that makes sense.
That's a very good point, Jay.
I would never.
I'm guilty of that too. My page says, vacationhomebranson.com/canyon-retreat/guest comments. Yep. I'm guilty.
Okay, well, hey, this will make you guys more money, I'm telling you. I mean, people search for reviews all the time, so this is a big one. This is stuff I teach in my consulting, and so I hope it really helps you. If it helps anyone else out there, drop in some comments too. All right, so one of the things that they're actually doing right that I have to commend them on is that they have a ton of content, which content is king. It's the most valuable thing really on the internet. If you think about what a search engine is, it's a big database of content. So she has spent 12 years compiling this information. And you don't have to spend as long as Wendy did to compile this, okay? But she has put together, page after page after page. Now, I have complete confidence that Wendy could be at the top of Google again with this great content that she has if she does change the layout of things. Google is about the user experience, and Google knows that this is not a good user experience, so they're going to ping you for that. And so when I want to go back to her comment, but she pointed out here, we used to be on the top of Google until I had my site redone. Okay.
That is just a tragedy. That is a tragedy.
Absolutely.
It's a huge problem. And guys, listen, when you're developing your website, it is more than just a place to show off your property. You can really hurt or help your property with the website. Is it built on a software system that has all kind of extra stuff in it? Is it built, using HTML? This is using PHP and a little bit of HTML, so it's a mixture of like different coding. If you see here HTML, that's going to be short for HTML. Then you're going to see PHP. So how the heck is Google going to find out like what this website is about? It's like it has to dig through so many different types of coding. So make sure you pick a robust platform to work from. I've liked content management systems, like WordPress, that Google knows where those files are. They know where to look, and they're going to give you more favor because they can find your content they have to sort through all of this stuff. Okay, so I hope I'm not getting too technical. I hope what I'm giving is actually useful stuff for everyone.
No, I find it useful. Very useful.
All right. Well, I've kind of touched on you know, some of the basic but high impacting points for this particular project. So I'm ready to reveal, you know, the new design that we had worked on, and hopefully. Well, one thing I want to really, before I reveal that, one more second, give me one more moment, okay? I want to give you a little cliffhanger here for just a second now. I would recommend redoing the logo, Wendy. Give it a new, fresh look. I used your old logo because that's what we had, but I recommend bringing this into a nice, sharper image, just using some modern graphics, and it really will make it impressive. This is your brand. Without further ado, let me introduce to you the new concept we have come up with.
Oh, wow. That's fantastic.
Oh, yes, I want to go there.